Greetings, Earthlings! Super Tall Craig here with another episode of Not Pop Culture Minefield. Today, I brought you to an actual minefield so we can talk about why the show is so terrible and what they can do to improve it immediately. That's coming up next on this episode. I gotta be careful here because this is an actual minefield. What was that? Oh my God, let me go see what happened. God. Oh my God. Oh my God, are you okay? It sounded like a bomb went off.
Oh, yeah, that was a pretty big one.
Oh, so it was a bomb.
Oh yeah, it was the latest episode of Pop Culture Minefield.
Yeah, those have been going off a lot lately, like almost daily.
Yeah.
Was anybody hurt?
Oh no, there were no viewers anywhere near it, you know, as usual.
As usual, yeah, that makes sense. And you?
Oh, I was on the other side of the room. I was only half listening.
Yeah, as usual.
Are you wearing makeup?
No, I mean, a little bit. It's for television, my skin complexion tone. Shut up! I mean, look at you. You're in blackface. That's never appropriate. Racist.
Are you serious? Okay, this is soot. I was scorched. There was an explosion. This is a minefield, you dipshit. It's allegory. Did you put it all together yet?
Please remember to like, subscribe and comment, as we love to hear back from our viewers. Also, if you enjoy our videos, please consider becoming a patron of our show through Patreon and or GoFundMe. Links are listed below the video in the description. From the deepest, darkest recesses of Dangerous Nerds headquarters, Keith Moncrief and Gary Kissel.
To the credits, that's Keith, this is Gary, and we're going to be talking about some more pop culture stuff. And to start us off, let's go with, what, Lucifer?
Actually, yes. We'll begin with some happy news.
I love happy news because we had so much dreadful news last week. So let's go with it.
The Netflix series Lucifer, which is based on the comic from DC Vertigo, is been renewed for a 5th and final season.
I don't like that word final, but I love the word 5th because I love that show. I absolutely adore that show.
Now, there's been no word as to how many episodes we're looking at.
From what Ellis is saying, that they're probably going to, I bet you're going to stick to the 10 episode thing. So that kind of sucks. Because, I mean, I understand his feeling on it that they get, by doing 10 episodes instead of 22, they get down to the bare knuckles and all that. But what he doesn't take into consideration is what made that show so successful was the way the characters interact with each other, just like with Star Trek.
Yeah.
What made that successful is you spent time with them and got to know their relationships. When you have 10 episodes, it gets really strained.
Yeah.
And you don't get to really get into the bare bones of their relationship. But he likes the fact they get right into the story and the plot and move along.
Yeah.
That story arc from episode 1 to episode 10. So I get it, but this is exciting news. No matter what, we have a 5th season. And if the fans stick to their guns, we could get more. I bet you. We just got to keep watching this show and giving it good ratings. Mm-hmm. So moving on to the next thing, which is another Netflix show.
Yes, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, coming back for season 3 and season 4.
And here's another one where he likes something, I really don't like it. And it's funny because I just say one thing. Look, man, it's not the 70s anymore. We know that witchcraft and Satanism are not the same freaking thing. And when you start writing that they're crossing like that, it just really attacks my intelligence and it bugs me because I'm OCD and I just get really caught up on that crap. You have a visitor?
No.
Oh, I thought like one of the dogs was over there. Because we have dogs roaming in the studio. Rabid, vicious, tiny dogs. Nippitrickles. But just explain.
Yeah, well, the big news for the Sabrina series is that 2 cast members, Gavin Leatherwood, who plays Nick, and Lachlan Watson, who played Theo, they will be promoted to series regulars.
Yeah, I did see. I saw that in the news today. So yeah, good on them.
Yeah,
Man. It's work.
I'm just happy that the show's
Whether I like the show or not, I'm glad that actors are getting work.
Yes, I'm happy that the show's getting a 3rd and 4th season. So good on everybody.
Hell, Satan. I just think that sounds silly when they say that. Praise Satan. What a silly show. But I love the original cartoon and the comics, and I loved the TV series, which a lot of people don't know this, that Joel Hodgson, famed creator of Mystery Science 3000, was the cat. He created the puppet and voiced the cat. It's one of those things. I love Joel Hodgson. One of my heroes. I guess before we get into that one, I want to mention that Joe Blow put out some news. It's really good. That Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, whom we all love from Shaun of the Dead and their other films. What was that alien one called? I forget. It doesn't matter.
The World's End. And
World's End was really good. I love that film. And of course, they also were on the TV series Spaced. And I've watched that show like multiple times. In fact, I have it on my queue all the time because when I just want a stupid laugh, I watch that show. But it's really exciting because Joe Blow, I think it's Joe Blow, isn't it? Joe Blow? No, Arrow in the Head released an article saying that Shaun of the Dead, Simon Pegg, and Nick Frost joined forces for the new horror flick. And let's see. The title is taken from the name of the fictional island. And it is a family on summer vacation. They discover a serial killer is on the loose, but the locals have no interest in helping the stranded family. We're unbelievably excited to be partnering with Simon, Nick, and Miles on Svalta, which I think is the name of the movie. This story is scary, awesome, and crazy, and their unique voice is perfect for this kind of movie. We can't wait to bring this to the big screen with them. So I don't know, this is really cool. And of course, Orion Pictures is making a comeback.
Yeah.
And that's kind of exciting to see a company that pretty much died coming back from the dead to do a horror film. What are the odds? So, I don't know, exciting stuff. Nick Frost is like one of my favorite actors, and I love Simon Pegg.
Yeah.
But Nick Frost is my favorite of the duo. I'm a fat guy, so I like fat guys. I don't know, that sounds really weird, doesn't it?
That does a little, but it's all good.
I'm a bear. All right, so the big news, of course, is E3.
E3, which will have already started by the time you start watching this. E3 will officially begin on Tuesday, June 11th. But leading up to that will be announcements and presentations by various companies.
And that's going to be today?
Actually, today. And
where can we find out about these announcements? So we're just going to rely on the news?
Any gaming website will break it all down for you. Now,
like GameStop?
Yeah, GameStop will have it. But for Monday, what they're going to start out doing at 10 a.m. Pacific Coast Time, 1 p.m. East Coast Time, which for the Midwest will be 12 noon.
Oh, that'll be 2 hours ago.
They're going to basically start out with a whole thing today about PC gaming. So they're going to be discussing Annapurna, Interactive, Chucklefish, Epic Games, Raw Fury, Paradox Entertainment, and Perfect World Entertainment. Okay, so all of you that are still sticking with your PCs, gaming habit.
Because that's what I do now.
Yeah,
I'm a PC gamer.
Check it out. You're going to find out a lot of really
What's that
good
about
stuff.
Ubisoft?
Ubisoft is next. Now, Ubisoft will be at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. East Coast time, which is 3 o'clock in the Midwest, okay? And,
So an hour from now.
And they're going to have announcements about Watch Dogs Legion, and of course, Beyond Good and Evil 2, some news about Assassin's Creed, and a game called Skull and Bones, which is a pirate game that has been delayed until 2020.
Ooh.
Okay, now Square Enix will be next after that, and they have an announcement about an upcoming Avengers game based on the version of the Avengers from the MCU.
Wow.
Now, they've been teasing stuff, but nobody's actually really seen anything yet. So,
I bet you Captain Marvel saves the day with the A-Team.
And then Tuesday, Nintendo will be up and they'll discuss things. But you can watch that presentation on either Twitch or YouTube. Now, a lot of these will be seen on YouTube. The only thing, if you haven't heard by now, Xbox has already had their presentation, and that was on Sunday.
And that's exciting stuff right there.
Now, usually on the same day that Xbox has their presentation, you'll usually get a presentation from PlayStation. Turns out PlayStation did not present. They are skipping E3 this year. So they already have their own event they have things at, and I'm thinking anything new you'll be able to get. So if you're a little curious as to what PlayStation stuff is out there, guess what? You're not going to find out at E3 at least just yet. So
the only thing I think we heard good about them is the crossover that people on
Xbox,
Sony were playing people on Xbox.
Yeah,
that's exciting. I mean, we've been wanting that for years, and now I'm PC gamer, so it doesn't mean anything to me anymore. So there you go. And I guess that's pretty much it. Anything else with the E3?
Nope, nothing else. It's just once we hit Tuesday and once they start the official event, then it'll be like any other major convention and major room filled with products that you can just walk along and have a little fun with as you stroll along. But for the most part, it's just a regular convention. It's just huge.
Man, I would actually one day like to go to one of these things. Well, with that, I guess we'll wrap it up. Oh my God, I just had an old guy moment.
Okay.
You know the old guy moment. That's when you get asked the question the night before, and then breakfast the next day, you remember the answer. I just had it. The other film other than Shaun of the Dead that I love deeply is Hot Fuzz. I love that Simon Pegg Frost movie.
That is a really.
I just watched it like this last weekend. I love that freaking movie.
Yeah.
So I own it, so I can watch it whenever I want. Don't tell me what to do. Stop telling me what to do.
Remember, click the subscription, click the bell icon
For updates.
Yeah.
And leave a message for us. Tell us that, you secretly love one of us. I don't know. I've never had a secret admirer. Well, I have. It was pretty creepy. No, it started out creepy. Then I found out later that he just mistook the car. It was the wrong car. It was not for me. It was for somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not true. That never happened. I made the whole thing up. Anyway, This is Pop Culture Minefield with Keith.
And Gerry.
And we're out of here. Get off the lawn.
now. You hear?